After lots of work, we finally have everything set up, and tomorrow we are officially going to be starting our van life.
But before we do, we need to show you our little home and then show you everything that you need to know about our new place.
So let's do a tour. What we have here is a 2017 Mercedes Sprinter 3500. It's the high top model. It's about 9.5 feet high, which means on the inside you can stand up with lots of clearance. I'm 6'1". It's got about 6'2" or 6'3" on the inside. It's a long van. It's about 24.5 feet, but that gives it lots of space on the inside. The wheelbase on it is 170 inches, which can be a little bit of a problem over rough roads, but we don't think we're going to be going over too many of those. We purchased this from an RV center in Jacksonville, and we were looking for something that was really, really nice and really well built on the inside. So the Coachmen Galleria package, that's going to give us a lot of space to do our work and to live and enjoy ourselves and be really comfortable on the road. Another thing about this is it's got a V6 3-liter engine, which means it's got lots of power and lots of torque with that big diesel engine in it, which is going to give us lots of power on the road. All right, we're going to start right up here in the cockpit at the front of the van. If you didn't know, front of the van is called Cockpit. Up here at the front, we have pretty basic stuff. Here we've got the controls are all on the wheel. It's got cruise control. One thing I like is it's got this fusion system, radio, navigation, apps, all that kind of stuff. We got Sirius XM the other day, so we are now a satellite radio family. And we have a backup camera as well. It took me a while to get used to it, but it's really helpful when I am backing up into one of the smaller parking spots in our own driveway. Great captain's chairs. I love them. They're pretty comfortable. We've got our GoPro camera mount here, USB connections right here, two 12-volt DC adapters, one right there and one down under here, and we can plug our laptop in. Holliff can do some work while I'm driving, which I'm usually driving. Stick shift on the fly. Lots of storage space up here as well. It's pandemic time, so we're keeping a box of masks here. So that's the cockpit. That's what we have here. Let's take a look a little further back.
Next on the list is the foyer. I guess it's called foyer. This is where you see the van for the first time. Did I mention that we have 3 chairs that can swivel around? Look at that. This whole area could be converted into the dining room area because you can set up the table and all 3 chairs can be facing relatively one to another.
One of our favorite features is this side screen door. It allows you to sit down here, enjoy the day, enjoy a nice breeze without the bugs.
Right behind me here, we have the microwave convection oven combo. By the way, that makes a great pizza. And this runs on generator and a fairly large fridge with a freezer. It's so nice here. Definitely a selling point for any campers, and this also runs off with the solar batteries.
All right, this is the brains of the RV. First of all, we have the convenience center. This is where you can come if you want to extend your awning. You can turn on the water pump here. You can turn the battery off and on, and you can find out your levels. So right now, we're looking at our liquid propane gas, which is half full. Battery is pretty full, but it's also plugged in. And you can look at how much fresh water you have, not a lot. Black water, and gray water, which is kind of shower water / dishwater. This is the controller for the Cummins Onan generator. This is where you start it. You just give it a prime, and then you turn it on. And we don't need to leave it on. This is the battery controllers. This basically controls how the battery charges. This is the controller that keeps those batteries from overcharging, and you can actually scroll through. Up here is the Truma water heater / space heater. You can control the interior temperature of the van. You can control the water. So the water can be at either 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 140 degrees Fahrenheit, or you can put it on a boost when you need to get some power real quick. It can be just propane gas, it can be just electricity, or it can be a mixture of both. And these vents down below on the floor are what push out the heat into the space. So we have a nice comfortable van. If we get into a really cold area, we can turn on a bit of heat.
And this is where it's gonna get a little bit cramped, but hey, at least we have it. This is the bathroom. It's a lock mechanism that holds the door closed when we are on the move, and it opens up. Then it's actually a wet bathroom inside. So there's a toilet, shower, which can get like a quick navy shower, wetting yourself, soap up, and then clean up. So it's not going to be lounging around where enjoying the hot water. Yes, there are hot water here in the shower, toilet paper, and also a small sink. I'm going to bring you to just kind of give you a feeling of how everything feels like inside the bathroom.
I'm going to turn the light on for you.
And yes, we do have lights. As you can see, it's pretty roomy. This is where the door gives a little bit more space. And we got the shower curtain here.
And when he says roomy, he means roomy for him. For me, it's a tight squeeze.
It's not my fault that I'm a smaller guy. And the sink
turns into a shower.
And across from bathroom is our kitchen area. And as you can see, there's a huge counter space, and there are several things that worth mentioning here. Number one is a sink that can be opened up as we need water and wash dishes or even brush our teeth. That's going to be where it is. But if you need more counter space, you can also fold up and make a flat counter space. And also we have a power strip here, 2 of the 110 and then 2 of the USB to charge our electronics. The highlight of this counter is this induction stove, and we did have to purchase a new pots and pans to accommodate the induction stove. And underneath the sink there is a place where you can store some of dish soap and then sponges and little things that can get wet and they can be drained out. And our cleaning supplies. Sorry, it's a little bit messy, but hey, it's cleaning supplies. But one thing that we love about this van that kind of sells us immediately is how finished everything looks. This is a solid maple finish, and this is an Amish build and then designed by Coachmen, so this is solid. Like, you can actually see it's a real wood, so it's not the cheap thing.
One of the things that we worried about with the camper van was storage, and as you can see around us, there is plenty of that. From over the driver's seats right here, this is where we put all of our maintenance stuff, tools and things like that. This one is obviously for the controlling, but everything else all around the van is pure storage. Food up here, a few other things here, clothing in these two, clothing in that two, and the back one is for a few other things that we need for the van, but not as often because it's harder to get to. Down here, all of our drawers for cookware, utensils, Werther's Originals, our favorite candy, and bottles of wine and spices, cleaning supplies, all of our cookware. Not much of it there now, but we'll fill that up. We have more storage than we need, although I'm sure that some of this is going to fill up. We also have this closet here, which we use as sort of a linen closet. So up here we have our towels, in here we have shampoo and stuff, and at the bottom here we keep all of our camera equipment. We're hoping to maybe install a safe in here, but we want to think that through a little bit because safe is quite heavy. We want to make sure the load is okay, but right now this is where our camera equipment is in. So if you're thinking of breaking into our van, you know where all the good stuff is right now. And in this storage area, we actually have a Blu-ray player, which we don't use too often. The other night we watched Van Wilder. As you can see, if you look up close here, I'm already getting a bit sweaty. We do have a fan in the ceiling here. Automatic. And it draws air in, pushes the hot air out. It's even right now, the temperature is already significantly fallen in here. It also has rain detection in it, which I sort of like, although even when it's raining a little bit and you don't really care, it still closes. So the rain detector will close the hood on the fan.
Turning on the AC for me, Michael. And stay true to the luxury van that we live in. We do have an Wait, do we have air conditioning? Yes, we do, which is right here. It's just above our bed. This is a 13,500 BTU controlled by control panels here next to the AC itself. Hopefully we don't have to use it often because we're trying to travel by the season, but it's so nice to know that the AC is here when we need it. The downside of having air conditioning, it's loud, but hey, we have air conditioning and it feels so good just laying down and have air blowing on you. All right, maybe we should end our tour here just to nap time.
And of course, it wouldn't be a camper van without a big bed. This bed is almost a king-size bed. We can easily have 2 people here. Third person wanted to join us, they can come in here too. You know, maybe we'll put a link below to apply for that. I'm just kidding. When the bed is not here, if I wanted to convert this into a home office, say, there are 2 leather seats right here that pop up on the side, and there is a leather bench seat in the back that is on an electrical current, so you can actually slide it up and slide it down. Actually, let's see what we can do here. We have a reclining bed. Isn't that awesome? I never thought about that till now.
There's nothing really much to say here except we have 22-inch TV and we do have the high power antenna on the roof. Wherever we're in the boondocks somewhere, you get bored. I don't know how you get bored in camping, but we can definitely watch TV while lying down in our bed. If Michael wants to use this as a workstation, he could hook this up to his computer. He would have a dual monitor for his work. Ooh, it's so dark. So you can imagine at night, this is gonna be completely pitch dark. Or lighting wise, we got plenty of lighting around. Can be controlled because there's so many different variation of which lights to be on. And all these blinds to completely block off the sun or even like the parking lot lights and completely pitch dark at night. So the van comes with 2 different remote controls, and if we get lazy, we're just already laying in bed and we forgot to pull the awning in, this is where it goes. We can just control the awning, all the lights and everything lighting here can be controlled in these 2 remote controls. And I'm gonna show you that we purchased this insulation window covers. We purchased it from the Ripplewear. We're gonna put the link down below, so check them out. This is actually made specifically for Mercedes Sprinter. It's gonna be completely blacked out. The driver's side windows and the windshield, the cabin up front.
One of the things that we really like about the Coachmen Galleria model, it's built so that you should plug it in and have it contained in like an RV park. But one of the great things about it is it comes complete with a solar package. On top of this van, there's a 100-watt solar panel which charges 2 big 100 amp hour house batteries. The good news about it is that it is expandable to 600 watts. And we think that we'll eventually remove that 100-watt solar panel and replace it with 3 200-watt solar panels, or whatever works best for us. And as you notice at the top, it's got an awning as well. That's a 13-foot awning that is totally controlled either by remote control or from a switch panel on the inside. So that can come out, it's all electronic, you don't have to do anything. It's armless, which means there are no stakes you have to put in the ground. It just comes out, goes back in. It's got a nice strip of LED lights on it. While the van does have a wet shower inside, one of the things that we really like about it is that it's got this utility shower outside. So if we just don't want to shower inside, maybe we just want to have a really nice one out here, we can hook up the water right here, turn it on, and have a shower. Another couple of things here. This is what's called a macerator, so that when we empty the gray water and the black water, you push this macerator button and it stirs everything up and breaks everything down so that it doesn't clog the pipes. Another thing we have here as well is if we wanted to watch TV outside, for example, we want to set up a TV. I don't think we're going to use this very often. There are satellite and cable hookups here as well. And that's all locked up in this little cubby right here. And right here, we also have an exhaust for the black water so that things don't stink up inside the van. Down here is where all of the magic happens with the water. We don't have to get under the van to do anything like some of the self-build models. Under here, we have our sewer hose, which pulls out. It's about 15 feet long. You unscrew this, set it in the dump station, and then you have these release valves here. You pull out your black water. You always do your black water first. You pull that out, turn on the macerator so that it pumps it out. After your black water is done, which is your poop and pee, by the way. Then you do your gray water. Your gray water is shower water and sink water. So basically just water with soap in it, maybe some food particles or whatnot. And then you pull that out and you do that next. So you flush out not only the gray water, but the black water that's already in the hose because you don't want that stinking. Right here we have a valve that you can hook it up to city water, you can fill your freshwater tank, and you can also do all the flushing right there. Inlet right here, which you can hook up a water hose to, either just a regular hose just to fill up water in the freshwater tank, or you can hook up directly to city water using the proper hoses so that you don't get any of the chemicals from the hose itself. Get a little dizzy from bending over and getting back up. Okay, let's move on. This is what we call shore power. This is equipped with a 30 amp shore power plug-in. You just plug in your shore power here, and you can either hook it up to a station at an RV site where they have 30 and 50 amp hookups. We'd want the 31, but we do have an adapter just in case there's 50. Or you can put an extension cord on that with an adapter and plug it right into your house. Just remember that if you hook it up to your power in your house and you turn on that air conditioning, it could overload the circuit in your house. So make sure that the circuit in your house is not used for anything else. But that's our 30 amp hookup. While the van is plugged in or when the generator is on, you have a couple of 110 volt outlets right here. So if you're outside, if you have a stereo or something like that, or if you have anything basically that you need to plug into like regular power, you can do it right here. This van comes with a 9-gallon propane tank, which cost us about $23, $24 to fill up, so it lasts quite a while too. Right here we have the propane hookups. We found propane at a U-Haul. Anywhere that can do propane using a hookup like this can fill up this tank. They just hook it on here, fill it up. It's surprisingly very quick to fill up. You turn your propane on here, turn it off, and this is a propane overflow valve so that when they're putting the propane in, they'll know it's full when a burst of propane comes out of here. So you have to take it to a station where the attendant does this. It's not something that you go and buy and switch out a tank. So, one thing I really love about the Mercedes Sprinter vans are these doors. Unlike regular doors, which only come out to here, the Sprinter van doors come all the way out. Then you just take the hinge out, and it's got magnets on the side that keep the wind from blowing them open or blowing them closed. So you have a couple of doors there that you can open all the way around. You can notice that we have a good deal of storage under here, and there's plenty of room in there. One thing I really like is this blind. Comes all the way down, blocks out the light. But if you want light, then you have this cool little thing. You have a nice screen, you can sit up there, look out over the beautiful scenery, get one of those Instagram shots that you always see of people doing van life that make it look perfect. And opens up to your nice, almost king-size bed. It's got a trailer hitch here, which we'll probably won't use, that can tow up to 5,000 pounds. So as long as there's less than 5,000 pounds of weight on this trailer hitch, it's all good. Obviously at 24.5 feet, this is a big van. A big van needs extra tires to support it. So this has the dually tires on it, which means there are 2 on this side, 2 on that side, obviously 2 on the front. Every couple of years or however long it takes, we'll need to replace 6 tires. And they're about $160 each. When I first went to look at Sprinter vans, I kept looking around going, where do you put the diesel in? Where do you put the diesel in? I couldn't find it anywhere. But then I noticed it's right here. You open it up, add your diesel fuel, close it up, and when you close the door, this is entirely inaccessible. So no one can come. I suppose they could rip it off, but no one can come and siphon out your gas or your diesel, whatever it is. Just don't make the mistake of mixing the two. So we think we have more than enough inside and outside the van to live in it full time. We're going to be living and working in this thing full time. So we're really hoping to have a really great adventure.
We can't wait to share it with you, so follow along with next chapter of our life.
And you know what? We need a name for this van.
Oh.
So yeah, we don't have a name for this van. We were thinking about names for it. If you have any ideas for names for the van, please put it in the comments. Anything cute will be great.
We need suggestions.
We need suggestions. We're not really good at that kind of thing. So if you have a name for our van, please put it in the comments. If you liked our van tour, please give us a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to our channel and follow us all the way around North America, click that subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications every time we post something new,
don't forget to hit the bell.
Thank you for watching. Okay, we have everything set up right now, but before we do, okay, got our ladder that we haven't used yet. I don't know why I brought that.
That can be opened up and strapped. Sorry. We bought this, sorry, insulation what? Sorry.
Insulated window covers.
Yeah. What's it called?
Ripplewear.
Ripplewear. Ripplewear.
This is a big van.
Kinda, you don't exist yet.